black. Snow flurries down in Florida.
Good.
327. Pipe down in this little. It's gonna sit right up here. Too cute. Sheet of beadboard, and I've got some baseboard. Guess what we're working on next? Good guess. Before we can install the baseboard and the trim, we got to clear out some junk. Let's do that now. Now before we can put the beadboard on, I got to do something with these water pipes. These go to my water heater. I think I'm going to just come up and stuff them out of the wall. And then we can put the water heater inside the frame that holds the countertop. If we pan over here, we'll go ahead and put the valves, these valves, on the pipes that go to the sink. They just glue right on. To put the beadboard on, I had to stub out the hot water supply lines. That's those three. The bottom one is the hot water going to the sink. The top left is the one going to the shower, hot water going to the shower. And then the top right, that's the cold water supply to the water heater. And we are down to our last piece of beadboard. Last one. And here's the wall with the beadboard all nailed up. Now we'll put the panel cover back on, put the window trim in, maybe put the two receptacles in. That wall's ready for paint. Little baseboard time. Now I really don't want to hit the plumbing coming through the floor. Somewhere in this area here. Window trimming time. Just went through and caulked all the baseboard. I caulked the corners, I caulked that crack, I caulked around the outlet, around the window. Now the window trim, I don't have this trim. We got the inside and the bottom done, but this little piece that goes around that frames it, don't have that. And here on the panel, I got to go take the router and I got to route a little bit of wood out. That way the panel, the cover can sit down, kind of recess it a little bit. I'm going to do that next. Get this panel cover back up. And after a little routing, the panel cover's back on. One more receptacle and the electrical is done. Completely done. So I've just put in this last receptacle. Time to flip the breaker and see if it works. Now we can put the cover on it. Done. Hey, feels like we got a lot accomplished. We started off with the roughing in for the water heater. We got the beadboard wall put up, put some trim around the window, put the panel cover back on, put those two receptacles in, and we got the baseboard in. Now, major projects left to do: form up for the concrete countertop, pour the concrete countertop, put the sink in, put the tile on the bathroom floor, paint that wall. Oh yeah, and the water heater. And a little more plumbing underneath going outside to the solar water tank. This job is almost done. And so I come in the house and Mama's making an inspirational hot air balloon tabletop. She's a painter too, you know. Hey, Greta volunteered to do the silverware. She's over there doing dishes.
I'm doing the hardest job.
And you're doing the hard. Breaking up the chicken for pot pie. Chicken pot pie? You like chicken pot pie? Mm. Greta, do you like chicken pot pie? I guess we all like chicken pot pie.
Do you, Dad?
Oh, that's one of my favorites. Yeah, all you gotta do is put the milk in there and stir it up, and that makes biscuits.
Okay.
Bisquick plus milk equals biscuits. Can you handle that?
Pour all the milk in?
All of it. Next, we pour this juice in there and you stir it up.
Oh.
It's heavy.
Dad, put it right here.
Making some soup, look at there.
And I'm going to stir it up.
We might better use that other casserole dish. This is going to be too small. Hold on. We're going to do a little transfer of funds here. Put some of this over there. Now when you're making your biscuits for the, almost like little dumplings on there, just grab your little piece. Plop it in there.
Daddy.
If you want to grab a little bit bigger of a piece, plop it on there. Start plopping. So my chicken pot pie got done a little quicker than I thought it would. I believe my oven might have been stuck on high, wide open. It might be time for a new oven. Anyway, it didn't burn completely up. And we're about to do some eating. Just the other day, the refrigerator pooped out, so we got a brand new refrigerator. And now this stove, if you remember the chicken pot pie the other day, this stove burnt my chicken pot pie and I'm put out about it. I tried to turn the oven off and it just kept glowing orange, that element down the bottom. I had to use the breaker to cut it off. So right next door we've got this, inside this box is supposed to be a stove. We're going to replace that old stove with this new stove. That's what we're doing tonight. By the way, this stove has lasted us 14 years. I guess that's pretty good for a stove. We gotta try to go wrestle that old one out of place. Baby's hardwired in. We're going to have to unhardwire it and rehardwire it. And now the ground wire. And here's our wires for hooking it up. 2 hot wires, a neutral, and a ground. Let's get this baby hooked up and try it out. You slide it in position, the back foot has to go in that bracket, and that keeps it from flipping forward. That back foot under there goes into that bracket. Range. I hear it beeping. Let's see how long it takes to figure out how to set this clock. 11:27, in a few minutes it'll be midnight. Well, that one lights up fast. That one lights up fast. Watch how fast this thing heats up. We'll turn on the front burner on high. Boom. She's ready to cook. Now I started turning the oven on, but it's still got paperwork inside of it. And now the new oven's on for the first time. Might be going to have some cookies here in a few minutes. And this is about how tall the corn is, almost head high. And this week, it's looks like 2 foot taller than her. So yeah, that junk is growing. Now if we shine over to the sunflower, hey, come over to the sunflower. Remember last week it was less than her waist? Now it's up to, let's say, shoulders. That's a pretty good jump. Little less? Okay. A little less than the shoulders. The corn looks like it's getting a little bit thirsty. We may run a water hose from the flowing well, get some water up here to the corn. She's ready to hunt some cucumber. Meet me at the cucumber. Claims to know where a good one is. This is our cucumber. Pull that off there. Put that in the live well. There you go. Now the squash, look how tall that stuff's getting. Tall and dark green.
You think that one's too little?
Let me see it. No, that's good enough. Pull it.
Okay. I don't have enough.
That's about just the right size. Once they get too big, they're too tough.
How come the zucchini?
Here, put these in your box.
Okay. How come the zucchini ain't getting picked yet?
Let's go check on it. Is it big enough?
I don't think so. But
Well, if it's not big enough, that's why.
There might be big ones, so
Well, let's
I
go
don't
see.
know.
We're going to check on the zucchini. You check. Not quite ready yet.
Whoa.
Look at this little squash plant. Load it down. It's been tearing up the blackberries.
Hey, look at mine. Huh.
Show them to me. Yeah.
I have more. Look at this one. Right here.
They grow on these briar bushes here.
I love them.
I think the kids have been picking them off before I can get here. Pear check time. Looks like maybe they doubled in size. Okay, I've got the water hose running from the flowing well, and my hose here has a leak in it. This is a lifetime warranty hose. I should make a video of taking it back. Every time I took one in the back, they just said, here's your new hose, no questions asked. We'll see if that policy still holds true. But for now, I'll water this end of the garden using that hole. And then way down at the other end, it's like a trickle charger for your battery. This is a trickle charger for your garden. Get that corn. Onions, these might have to go in that first batch of squash we cook. That must be the red onions. See that darkness down there? A little noticeable growth on the okra. It's actually different from last week. Out here in the new workshop, I've got 4 bags of sand mix. Sand topping concrete mix. Bedding mix. I bet you know what this is for. Well, I hope you know what this is for.